Hello there. Now, yesterday I made a video on the subject of antinatalism, and I think in yesterday's video I tackled probably four points of antinatalism, and about the whole idea of consumption, reproduction, whole idea of imposition, the whole risk aversion thing, whole addiction, about the whole want thing, you want over and over and over again, and the idea of what's the need of a need that doesn't need to exist. I think that's the preface of that question. So I guess we're going to continue here in this second video I'm going to make on the subject of antinatalism. The last video I made was my first video, and this will be my second one. Now, in my last video, my first video, I pulled a little trick on you there at the end where I said I was joking. Well, I guess I like to pull a 180 on people. I guess it's my little gimmick. I think it's kind of funny. Oh man, this guy who wasn't who I thought he was. He's someone completely different. Isn't that funny? So what happened was I said I was joking, but I wasn't really joking. The whole joke was a joke, but I wasn't joking about who I really was. That's who I really am. So I'm pulling a full 360 on you and just pointing out that it wasn't really a joke. So I guess that's kind of funny. I guess we're going to move on from that. Hopefully there won't be any more jokes in these videos. So I guess I'll try to avoid that. Try to be a little more serious and down to earth, I guess. So in this video I want to tackle, first of all, you can see I'm not wearing the hat or the surgeon mask like I was in the last video. And I'm getting a little more comfortable. I don't know what you guys are going to think, but I like to lick my lips a lot, so I thought that was a good reason to cover up my face in the last video. I like to gulp a lot because I'm nervous and such. But I guess I'm going to test it out, overcome my fears and the idea of fearing what people think of you and such, especially on an anonymous thing like the internet. So I thought I'd give it a try, and during the daytime, bring some sunlight in so you get a better idea. So anyway, this whole idea of God damn it, what was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah, zero-sum game. The zero-sum of the zero-sum game, I guess. So it's this whole idea that the whole idea is that there's only pain, certain levels of suffering, and you're trying to avoid that amount of suffering. And the only good you're going to derive out of life is by avoiding suffering, is the lack of suffering. So I guess what this means is when you feel good, you feel relaxed, you're laying down, you're taking a breather, I guess that means that because you're not having any sort of debilitating pain or terminal illness bringing you down. And that means that you're kind of, that's your good state. And there's only the zero. They say that the zero is the only, this is a zero right here. The zero is the highest we'll ever reach in our life. And the negative can go potentially on forever. Keep going off screen right here, as I can see. And the idea is you're never going to experience anything more than the things that the lack of pain. I'm trying to word this out correctly. It's only my second video, so be easy on me, okay? So what I'm talking about here is the reason I don't agree with this, that it's a zero-sum game, we can't go above zero right here, is because even if you're going down, you have to go down first to go up, and that's the whole premise of this argument. The thing I disagree with in this argument is that even though it's only reaching zero according to you, it's still going up, it's still pushing back and going back up now, right? So what's the point in arguing that? It's a positive. If it's going up, it has to be on a scale of some sort, right? So what you're doing is you're going down, and then you're going right back up. So it doesn't matter if it's a zero-sum. It's a sum of some sort, right? Get it? It's a sum of some sort because you're going back up. So I don't understand the whole argument of the zero-sum game. Even though you may not get above zero, it's still, you're going up from being in a negative. I guess the whole idea is you have to be in a bad state first before you get back into a good state. And this whole idea is even if it was a bad state that brought you to your good state, by the elimination of that bad state, you're right back to where you were. It's still going back up, and it still feels just as good to be cleansed of that the next time through, even if it isn't something harsh or terrible. It's some, just some small things, just make sure you don't, go a day without eating, and you'll enjoy it. Just, have some water, have some cashews, and the next day have a giant meal. It'll be all the more satisfying. I guess they're saying is, the point is you have to deprive yourself, or, expose yourself to serious pain. And I don't necessarily agree with that. And this whole idea of pushing the red button, okay, so I disagree with that on a few fundamental levels, and it's all, it's still, the final point I want to derive from this argument is that yes, there's still a scalar going on. So it doesn't matter. There's still ultimately a good, and there's still ultimately a bad. So disagree as you will, it doesn't matter to me. Now I want to go on to my next point. This whole pushing the red button, the ending of the universe, or not the universe, I guess, sentient life on planet Earth. I think it has to do with this antinatalism thing, pressing the red button, ending reproduction. And I guess, I don't have any kids of my own. I don't know if I ever will have any kids. But the whole idea of telling people what to do, I don't see any point in that. People have the right to do what they want to do. Pro-choice and the right of reproduction, right? So I think they have the right, and to extend the life of the human race and any other race. The same thing with vegetarianism. Keep on bringing those animals back to life. Having these wildlife preserves and all that to extend the lives of these wild animals. Even though they're just killing each other, at least they satisfy the human being, right? I'm just going to be honest. I don't value animal life. Even my own dog, I don't value his life as much of a human life, even though my dog's my best friend. I don't have many friends. So I would say extend the human life existence. I wouldn't push the red button ultimately if it had to come down to it, if I was given the opportunity. I wouldn't push the red button myself. But if you want to, it's your prerogative. It's not my problem. And, and the whole procreation thing, even though I may not procreate, people have the right to procreate. You know what? It's the whole risk thing. You risk not having an Albert Einstein. I think I made that point in the last video, or something like that. A prodigy of sorts. So I don't see that as a reasonable argument. So I guess the point is the whole zero-sum game thing, I guess if you want to look at it that way, it's still an up and down scale. You're still going from negative to positive. So if there's a negative positive, it's a positive negative scale, so you're going somewhere. At least you have to admit that. And the whole reproduction thing, that's fine with me. Have people give the right. I guess if you pass it if you pass it as a law or something, I guess it's fine with me. I don't know. I don't think I necessarily disagree with all of these points. I guess, but I'd give them the right to reproduce if they want. I don't see any reason why they can't. And let's see. Yep. And I don't think I'd push the red button, so someone would have to take it out of my hands. I guess I'd be checking the red button. Yeah, so I don't want to go on too long, drawn on too long. I want to make these videos short, and I think I made my points. I think the points were a little more drawn out. I don't think it was the best video I could have made on the subject, but I think I made my point good enough, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video for today. Nice and sunny outside, even though it's getting kind of late. And I hope you guys have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed my video. And I'm just kidding again. Bye!